We debated and we said no. The founding fathers said no.
What's happening, everybody? I hope you're doing good. It's a beautiful day. Very sunny today. I love it. Yeah, it's been very cold lately. I appreciate this. Thank you very much for being part of this. I see you from South Africa. I see you from Kenya, Nigeria, Namibia. I see you from Ghana. I see you from Sudan. I see you from Tanzania, United States, United Kingdom. See you from the Caribbean. Thank you very much, family, for being part of this. I appreciate you. If you're not part of this first, I encourage you to join the group. Let's make this big and make our voice much bigger. And, let's do this. I shouldn't be telling you to do this. I appreciate you. So again, we're going to talk about a very interesting subject. We're talking about Namibia. I'm sure you know where Namibia is. If you don't know, I'm going to put, okay, guys, put a map of Namibia here so our brothers can understand where we are. Put a map of Africa and Namibia so they know exactly where Namibia is. So Namibia has been struggling with some situation, but one of them seem to be marriage between, I'm not going to say the word because unfortunately we're being censored for some reason I don't understand. Feels like you cannot really express yourself the way you should. Let me give you context. Okay, number one is what's happening in Namibia is men and cannot get together like that. You cannot. It's all, that's what it is.
1989, after the UNTAC election, when we drafted this constitution, there was a debate, should Namibia allow homosexuality or not? We debated and we said no. The founding fathers said no. Go and ask even those who are alive. In this constitution, comrades, Deputy Speaker, all the chapters talk of all persons shall have the right to do this. All people shall have the right to do this. All persons shall have the right to education, shall have the right to write. But when it comes to marriage, we did not say all persons shall have the right to marriage. We said men and women shall have the right to form a family and marry. We deliberately put it there under chapter 13.
For them, it's not authorized by the law. You can't do it. However, there are cases of men lacking another, abroad. If it's happened abroad, you can come to Namibia and do your own things. Now, there's been a group of people that have stood very up, very strong against that. They say it's unconstitutional. We do not accept that. However, there was a law voted already accepting those situations, those exemptions. Like if a man was in England and happened to meet somebody, they could have that thing legal in Namibia. However, some people are saying very strong against it. Let's go. Namibia's upper house of parliament on Wednesday passed a law banning same marriages. The text aimed at contradicting a judgment of a Supreme Court which authorized recognition of certain union contracted abroad. Was adopted by this assembly without encountering any opposition. So basically, this is what it says. They opposing a law that accepted condition where a man may have met another, in a different country and they got like that. That's acceptable. Now, this other law contradict that law. The marital union is between a man and a woman, and that must be respected. That's what says Elder Philippe, a member of the ruling SWAPO. So the new law established that marriages concluded abroad between two persons of the same cannot be recognized in Namibia. That's the law they've come up with. It further makes a solemnization, participation in, promotion, advertisement of such a marriage a criminal offense punishable by imprisonment for up to 6 years, a fine of up to 100,000 Namibian dollars. So that's about 5,000 US dollars. So just participating, talking about it, advertising it. Yeah, you could go to jail for a while, 6 years, or you should pay about $5,000 as a fine. So as per law, man and man in Namibia is prohibited since 1927. That's what they say, but it's rarely enforced. So basically what we're seeing here is Namibia gearing up, enforcing these laws that are very similar to the one in Uganda and Ghana. That's prohibits totally, as per constitution, any sort of relationship between, any marriages and stuff like that. Obviously, you can see many African countries standing very strong this specific moment since, the campaign that's been run by the US to try make it more acceptable in African nations, make it accepted constitutionally. Okay, I think there's a level of please do this as we ask you. I don't know if that's okay. I feel like many people would feel like the best way to convey a message to somebody is to just present him the message with no threat. But that's not necessarily what has been happening in Africa. for African countries that have made laws for their own countries, they have been victims of blackmailing and sort of intimidations. The case of Uganda, for instance, after voting a law, the president of the parliament saw a visa revoked to the United States. Yeah, she had a visa to the US and was revoked because she signed a law that's made it illegal for Ugandans to be men lacking other. Okay. And after that, the US put a lot of pressure on Uganda, hoping Uganda would change its stance. Uganda refused to do that. The president of Uganda stood very strong in his stance. I think perhaps that was because he felt threatened or intimidated. You must remember, soldiers don't like to feel intimidated. They don't like to feel threatened. They would most likely react with the same vigor, the same harsh. And I feel that's what the president of Uganda did. And also, a few moments later, we saw the United States fly very high the flag in Kampala, capital of Uganda, in defiance. Because if that wasn't in defiance, then the question remains, why all these years that flag was not flown? Why do they wait just a specific moment when you have an issue with a person who doesn't like a certain color of a flag, you flag that flag? You know, that's like, so what are you going to do about it? Obviously, that was the US embassy. That's practically the US land. But it's still in Uganda. When you fly a flag 7 meters high or 12 meters high, it's for the country to see. It's not for the embassy. So Namibia, in the same instance, certainly trying to protect Namibian law. I don't know. I'm not Namibian. If Namibians are choosing this in constitution, it means Namibians who have chosen those people into power perhaps share the same view. We don't know. Obviously, this will be uncomfortable for many people that are living that way in Namibia. So I want to know from you, is Namibia right in doing what it's doing? Is Namibia within its right to choose a law not to accept men being with other, not to accept women being with other? Is that okay for Namibia to do? Or is Namibia immediately criminal because it says that? Can Namibia choose its own law? Or Namibia has to convert itself with everybody else? Do you have the right to live your life the way you want to live it? Or do you have to copy everybody else in order for you to be okay? I don't know if Namibia is being brutal with these people. I don't see anything reported in that sense. But whichever way you want to see it, as much as we need to accept our brothers, we need to be okay with each other, we need to live in peace, no violence. It looks like many African countries are not gearing up to accept this very quickly. And again, like I always say, aren't they priorities for Africa? The West, shouldn't they focus on developing Africa? You know, when the West come to Africa, shouldn't they try be more understanding of the situations of Africans? Africans need more roads, they need infrastructure, they need money, they need hospitals, they need more positive things in order to help children to go to school. They need schools, they need buses, cars, they need funds. I think that's a priority as compared to other things. You don't think that's a priority? Let me know how you feel about this. I think it's very interesting to know. We've seen what has happened. Like I said it before, I'm going to say it again. When they saw Edison Mnangagwa, the new president of Zimbabwe, the first question they asked him was, what are you going to do about the bill? Mnangagwa said, no, this is not my priority. We have other priorities. When they went to Kenya, it was the same thing. They asked Ruto, what are you going to do about this? Ruto said, this is not a priority for us right now. We have Kenyans living in poverty. We have no roads. We have no hospitals. We need to focus on that first. I don't know if the Western priorities should be Africa's priority. Let me know how you feel about this. It's always a great pleasure to speak to you. Thank you very much. Again, please don't go without leaving your comments. We want to read from you and understand from you. Thank you very much. God bless.